What's up, y'all? I'm out here at the range again. As you can see, super nice weather again. I really wasn't planning on doing a whole lot out here today other than just having a little fun, trying to get a few things sighted in a little better with some different ammo. But since I was already out here and since it's such nice weather, I figured we'd check out something that was sent to me. It's this Sylvan Arms Gen 4 Sylvan Arms folding adapter. As y'all can see, this is my full-size 20-inch AR, but I've got him folded on down with that adapter. The folks at Sylvan Arms sent this over to me. No kind of affiliate link or nothing like that. They just wanted me to check it out and see what I thought about it. So I figured we'd check it out here by running some groups out there at 100. But before we do that, y'all know we got to start this thing out with a boom. So I got one set out there, got a full size one and one of my little ones that I use. So hopefully one of them will do something for us. All right, not too bad. Let me get some of these cameras reset and we'll look at this thing real quick and then we'll run some groups out there. All right, y'all, let me show you what we got here before I set us up out there and test a couple of these rounds. So like I said, it's the Sylvan Arms Gen 4 folding stock adapter. Here's your packaging here. Nice USA made part here. Like I said, it is their Gen 4, so obviously they've had a few other generations before this. What I can tell now, I don't have any experience with the prior generations, but I've done some research and looking at some videos and stuff like that. What I can tell from this company here is as soon as they put out something, they get customer feedback on it, get some concerns from the customers, they immediately fix pretty much every single concern on the next generation. So that's a big plus right there. Now, as far as the unit itself, obviously comes with the folding adapter. They give you a nice little thin castle nut to use to install it and both of your Allen keys. So you got everything you need to install it as far as tools. Very, very nice made part. Really nice, robust, real solid CNC machine. So now obviously the purpose of this thing is to fold your stock in like this to make it a shorter package, basically just for transport, for ease of maneuverability. More, in my opinion, it would be more for transporting it back and forth somewhere where you don't want to break the lower down, where you'd have a nice, fast, quick access to it, especially maybe in a vehicle if you're out hunting or something. You know, you're in the vehicle like this, as soon as you're ready to roll, you come out and you're good to go without having to put your lower back together with your upper from taking it apart. Really nice also to be able to put it in a smaller case. I can put this in a significantly smaller case than I would have to if I couldn't fold it. Now, granted, I can take it apart, like I say, but not near as quick access to it if I had it taken apart. Now, the purpose of this is not to give you a way to fire this thing when folded. You're not supposed to fire this when folded. If you look here, it's got a buffer extension there. I don't know if I can get it out without pulling. Yeah, I can. There you go. You can see you got your buffer extension. It comes with all of this, so you don't want that slinging out the back. You might be able to get away with firing it once, but I wouldn't try it at all. But again, this thing is really nicely built, really solid, all metal aluminum parts. Your little release button there, all metal parts. Your catch there, you've got an Allen key there, or Allen screw, and you can actually replace that if you get wear on it over time. This thing does have a lifetime warranty on it, but that's one of the changes that they made. I made some notes. The previous gens had a bigger gap right here between the adapter and the back of your receiver, so it's basically flush there now, no gap right there. They added some QD slots. You got one on the side and one on the bottom there. Another complaint I was seeing from the previous gens was this whole hinge mechanism was up higher. They've moved the whole hinge down lower, so you're not getting your knuckles caught on that when you're running your charging handle there. One other cool little thing I noticed is they've got a hole in here for your detent and your spring for your takedown pin back here, so you can actually install this adapter and then put your detent and spring in, and they've got a little set screw that holds your detent and spring in, so you don't have to fumble with that thing trying to keep that spring from getting kinked and all that. But as far as my first impression, it's a very, very nice built unit, no doubt about it. No play, maybe a tiny bit of wiggle if you really try to wrench on it a little bit, but no play that I can see that should affect anything. But that's what we're out here to do. I figure I might as well put it on here and run some groups out there. If anything, at 100 yards, I'll be able to tell if there's an extra wiggle added to it. So let me get this stuff set up and let's check it out. All right, y'all, let's run us a few groups down there at 100 yards. I've got a few different types of ammo here for control here. I've got this 223 55 grain stuff. Then I've got the 855, the green tip 556. Last time I ran this rifle, it really liked this green tip stuff, so we'll see what it does with it again. And then I got some two match type ammo here. I've got the Hornady match, the 223 75 grain boat tail hollow point, and then we've got the Winchester match 223 69 grain stuff. So we'll see what these two do. As far as the rifle itself, if I didn't mention, this is a 20-inch 223 Wylde chamber. It's a 1-in-8 twist. It's a PSA lower on a Bear Creek upper. You got a Blackhound optic 4 to 14 first focal plane scope up here. So I'm gonna do a 5-round group starting with the lower left out there on that target. So let's see what we can get here, y'all. I'm gonna try to take my time. I know I always say that and speed up. Now, if I start missing, I got plenty of excuses, don't y'all worry. Looks like them things are kind of stringing out there low and left. Let me go check that and then I'll reset with some different ammo. All right, y'all, those 55 grainers do seem to be favoring low and left down there. Now, it could be a little bit off on this optic. I don't know if I dialed it exactly in when I was out here last time, and I hadn't had it out here since. So I'm gonna run these 62 grain 855s now. Last time, like I say, these did the best of all. And if I remember correct, this didn't seem to like those 55 grainers last time either. So let's see what we get here. I'm gonna go with the top left this time with the 855s. I mean, those look like, I really can't tell. Those look like they kind of all over the place too. Looks like one's high and right, one's low and left, but let me go down there and check them out. All right, y'all, that group down there with them 855s ain't gonna win no contest either. So neither one of them's absolutely terrible. Don't get me wrong. Probably 1.5 inches, something like that down there at 100. Y'all heard me talk about before about ARs. A minute a man, let's just face it, that's what these things are made for. Now, granted, you can get way more accurate, and that's probably all me. Like I've mentioned before, I'm gonna start bringing out the excuses now. I've talked about this table before. I can just see every tiny little bit of wobble from this tabletop and this little squishy pad on it. I can see every tiny bit of that. I can even see my heartbeat from walking back and forth at that 100 yards in my reticle. So that's a lot of that's me down there for sure. But anyway, we ain't gonna let that stop us. I've got us loaded up again, this time with this Winchester match stuff, the 223 69 grain Match King hollow point boat tail. If I was gonna guess, I think these might be the best of the day right here. But again, it's all gonna come down to me doing my job, which I don't seem to be doing too well today. But let's see what happens here with these, y'all. All right, I feel like that one was a little better. I feel like I might have slung one. I'm not sure. Let me go check that out. All right, y'all, that one definitely seemed to tighten up a little bit, all except for one flyer, which I kind of felt when I was running them. But let's try one more group here. We're going to these Hornady Match 75 grain boat tail hollow points. Whatever's the best group, I'll rerun them right in the middle down there. From what I can tell, it looks like I am a little bit to the left as far as the setting on this, so I might bump it to the right, depending on what we get off of this one here. All right, I think that's pretty much the same story. Looked like they grouped decent over there to the left. So let's go check them out and see what we got. All right, y'all, let's see what we got down here at the 100-yard mark. So as you remember, down here on the bottom left, this was the 55 grain 223. So not too terrible. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe that's a double for 5 because I don't see a 5th one and I don't really see any fresh marks around the edge where it might be. Of course, one could have been in here. I'll have to look at the editing, but I'm gonna assume that's a double unless it's different. I'll put up on the screen. So if we measure this here, it looks like this is gonna be our furthest. That is 1.71, so 1.7 MOA. Not terrible at all, honestly, even for those 55 grainers. And then up top here was the 62 grain 855s. This is the most surprising one to me. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So again, looks like they're favoring to the left. So if I measure these here with this spread, Looks like a 2.2 MOA there, and actually 2.4 there. So 2.4 MOA out of those green tips. Again, that's pretty surprising because they were the best last time. But like I said, some of this is definitely me. Now moving on along, this was the Winchester match stuff, the 68, 69, I believe it was. This ain't too bad here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I felt that. There's no doubt about that. But y'all know how I am about the flyers. I sent it, so I count it. So on that, we got 2 MOA. Now, if it wasn't for that, you're down to 1.04. So that's definitely a sub MOA round all day long if I do my job. And then down here on the bottom, surprisingly, that's our best group from the heaviest stuff. This was either 75 or 77. This was the Hornady match stuff, but you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These three, I mean, right there on top of each other. So if you measure this, there's no doubt that's sub MOA right there. Well, I said sub, but that's 1.1. So again, if I do my job, that's definitely sub MOA ammo. So again, it looks like to me, all of them favor to the left. So I am going to click it to the right a little bit. I'm probably going to give it maybe in half an inch to the right, because I'm going to split the difference. I'm going to probably move it a ½ inch right, and then as far as up, I'll split the difference there too and just give it a ½ inch up. So I'm gonna do a ½ inch right and a ½ inch up, and then we'll run another group right here in the middle. All right, y'all, before I send that last group, I just about forgot I had some more boom booms already mixed up. So I got us one set out there about 30 yards or so, and then I'll run that group, and then I got us a big boom boom saved for the end. So let's see if we can get this one done right quick here, and then we'll run that group. All right, pretty good one right there. Let me set us up and let's hit that last group. All right, y'all, let's send us one final group down there at the center out there at 100. I'm gonna actually use these Winchester match again, the 69 grainers with the Match King in them. Technically, as y'all saw, measuring those heavier ones, these Hornadys had the best group down there, but I feel like these have the potential to do just as good or better as long as I do my job. So one more of these down there right in the center. I did make a little bit of adjustment on this optic, but we'll see if it did anything. I feel like I pulled that last one a little low. I think I was doing real good until that last one. Let's go check that out. All right, let's check this last group out down here, y'all. Right in the center, and just like I thought, I guarantee you that's the last one I sent. I could just feel myself pull that down there. Other than that, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that fifth one down there. Definitely a pretty nice group right there. I'm very happy with that. So if we measure here, I believe this is the longest right here. Yeah, this might not be the longest. We got 0.84, and if we go this way, we got 0.93, so sub MOA for sure out of those four. Now, when we add my goof up back into the mix, we're back up to 1.6, so there's no doubt about it that this was all me right there. And like I say, a lot of this is going to be me just from the wobble I've got in my bench and just me wobbling, period. But even at the 1.5 MOA, I ain't complaining. Y'all know my faults again on the AR. It's plenty more capable than that, more capable than what I did out here for sure. But minute of man is what I'm looking for with an AR, and all of those out there are well within that. But let's head on back down here to the bench, and I'm gonna set us up one final big old boom boom. All right, y'all, I got us one last boom boom set out there, and it's a spicy boy, so as long as it goes off, it ought to be a good one, I can tell you that. Let's see what we can get it to do, y'all. I'd say that was a good one. All right, y'all, I'm gonna call it right there for this one. Definitely a lot of fun out here, some pretty decent groups out of this ammo, and I almost forgot I was even checking out this Sylvan Arms adapter, which I guess in this case, that's a good thing. I didn't even notice it was there, so it didn't seem to cause me any troubles. But I definitely appreciate them sending this out for me to check out. Looks like a fine piece of gear to me. I don't see any problems with it. I didn't have any problems with it. Very easy to install. It's very, very nicely made. So if you need something like this for transport or maneuverability or whatever the case might be, check check it out. You might be interested in something like this. But if y'all did enjoy the video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure your notifications are turned on so you don't miss anything when I upload it. Check out those affiliate links in the video description like I always ask you. If you do your shopping through Amazon, hit up that storefront link down there. You'll go right through Amazon like normal, and anything you buy after that, I get a kickback from them towards the channel. Same goes for those axle links. If you're looking for some nice ear pro, hit up those axle links down there and you'll save a lot of money instead of going straight to their site. Like I always tell you, I appreciate all my range gang members and every single one of y'all out there for supporting the channel. Tons of good stuff on the way, so be on the lookout for it. And in the meantime, stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you soon.